everyone, I'm JD from Willow Journals. Welcome back to my channel. I have a completed journal flip through for you of this Daphne's Diary journal. It was one of my very first journals that I made for myself, and it was made out of my very first Daphne's Diary magazine that I ever got. So it's kind of special to me, this journal. I love that the writing is in blue, there's a bluebird, a paintbrush, and yeah. So you might have seen this journal throughout the years on my channel. I have been filling it up ever since July 2018. So it's taken me quite a while to finish this journal. I filled it up. I've been using it as a memory journal, and here I'm just writing about Daphne's Diary and how I discovered it, why I love it, that kind of thing. And then, yeah, the rest of the journal, it's just random mix of life memories and life stories. It's not in order or anything. I've got childhood memories in here. I've got memories from this year in here. But I did have a break. So I did journal in 2018. And then in 2019, 20, 21, I don't think I used this journal. I moved house during that time. Life happened. So finally this year, I thought enough time had passed that I could start documenting memories from 2019, 2021, and 2022. So there's current memories, there's old memories. It's a whole big mix, but I'm so glad to have finished it. And I often get questions from people about how I actually use Daphne's Diary journals. How do you use the pages from the magazine? So I'll show you here for this one. This is a page from the magazine. All of the feature pages come from the magazine. I loved this little image here. I love the bottles. I love glass bottles. And then in this blank space, I just added my journaling. So in any blank space, that's where I put journaling. This one here, I used the picture of the dog to inspire me to journal about my dog. I had her for 10 years. From 2000 to 2011, and I didn't like the picture that was here, so I put my own picture there, and that's how I use this page. Again, adding journaling writing to the blank spaces, and then I've used coffee dye pages throughout for my blank pages. But yeah, that's how you can use the magazine pages in a really cool, creative way. Over here, I have used a magazine page, and again, I've just pieced together. So I've added my own journaling space here. This is the original page. I cut out a piece of lined paper from the magazine, stuck that over the top of the page to add writing there. These are all from the magazine that I've cut out. Again, here's some of that lined paper from the magazine to write on. And over here, this is documenting a beautiful gift from the lovely Denise, one of my very first friends that I met through the junk journal world. So big hello and shout out to Denise if you're watching. She sent some wonderful, beautiful, beautiful sari silk fabrics, or boho fabrics, and I use these for some boho journals. This page documents another friend I met through the junk journal world, Tony. She gave me some lovely advice. Back when I first started my channel, I apologized a lot about being too boring, about having videos that were too long. And she just emailed me one day. She said, stop apologizing, just be you, do you. If people aren't interested, they won't watch. But the ones who stick around are happy to be there. You don't need to apologize to them. So that really helped me just to, be myself and do what I love and share what I love without apologizing. So big thank you to Tony for that. And we've got little feathers that I've stuck on here to remind me of another story. My ballet journey, about my dream coming true, doing ballet and now doing point shoes and performing and all that kind of stuff. I never thought it was going to be possible. Thought that ship had sailed. But yeah, that dream is still alive and going. Oh, love this. My team in AFL, big shout out to Xenia. We are both Eagles supporters, and they won the premiership in 2018, which was totally unexpected but wonderful. So wonderful. Big shout out to Natasha from Treasure Books. She actually sent me the paper, because I live in Queensland. We don't get the Melbourne paper, and I asked in the Junk Journal Down Under's group if anyone had a Herald Sun paper that they could send me so I could read it and cut out pictures from the Eagles premiership. And so big thank you to Natasha for that. The Weeping Willow, Willowbound Journals, is named after this willow. My childhood home in the garden, there was this giant willow where you could go in there and no one could see you because all of the 360 leaves were to the ground. And that was like my safe place, my sanctuary, my place where I could dream and imagine and create to my heart's content, and no one would judge me. And that's what a journal is to me, a place where you can write and create and dream, and no one's going to judge your words because it's your journal. The logo that I created, one of my old business cards that I designed, this is the willow looking up. Again, this is a book page, a magazine page, and I just covered it over here with one of my photos. And again here, I've just covered up the back of the magazine page. So often what happens with magazine pages is there'll be something that I like about it and something that I won't, or one side of the page I love but the other side I don't like. So the side that I don't like I just cover up with photos, journaling. This was back when I got my first Chic Sparrow collection, my only Chic Sparrow collection, and my first Chic Sparrow journals. How fun. And that's them there. Again, photos from a trip I went on. Here's a washi tape swatch page when I got William Morris design washi tapes for the first time. Again, here's a page from the magazine that I've just left. I could have written something here, but often what I do with my pages from the magazine, if I just like what's on it, I will leave it. So I just left that one. Again, I left this one. I don't need to do anything to this page. It's beautiful as it is. I just like looking at it. We've got a glassine bag here with some photos in there. This one's about the beach and how I love the water and the ocean. And my favourite shade of blue is sort of this shade here, the kind of greeny blue. And that picture captures it perfectly. This photographer, I reached out to her and asked her if I could use her photos in my journals and just print them out to hang up on my wall and use it on my blog. She said yes, so I'm very thankful to that. I just love these images so much. Like one of my favourite photos of all time. And here again, you can kind of see that favourite colour, twilight blue I name it, because you can see it at in the sky at twilight, but you also see it in the ocean where it transitions from that light blue to that greeny colour, and then it goes to that dark blue. So lots of ocean photos. Again, this page from Daphne's diary, it's just beautiful as is. I just like it, so I leave it. And again, this one, just beautiful as is. It kind of reminded me of my own, designs, decorating my room, my memory shelf. These all have memories for me. Pretty thing. I love sparkles and pretty things, so this just makes me happy. Oh, the fox. The fox was my symbol last year that represented being surprised by beauty and joy, and just a reminder that beauty and joy is everywhere. Even when you're going through a hard time and a dark time, beauty and joy is there. If you just open your eyes and look for it, you'll always see it. And this is a jewelry box that my grandma made, the kindred spirit that I always talk about. When I was a kid, she made me this decoupage jewelry box, and I have it today, and I love it. This artwork is from Heather, a lady I met through the blog world, and I dedicated my book, The Art of Mental Health, to her, and she dedicated this painting to me. So that is on my wall. Love it, love it, love it. Keanu, my black cat. He is a gift to me every single day. Again, shout out to Xenia for sending me this. Psychology in Seattle. Yes, I only discovered them in, I believe, the end of 2018. and became a lifelong patron to them in 2019. This is their logo, not logo, their catchphrase, take care of yourself because you deserve it. My cat wants to chime in the hoodie, and just talking about them and how I discovered them and how they were, God really provided them in my life at the time I needed them, and they kept me together and helped me heal and learn more about myself and greater compassion and empathy and all that. You've heard me talk about that, and how I want to have a wardrobe of Psychology in Seattle clothing. And Ashley, one of the Psychology in Seattle family members, she makes bracelets on Etsy, and so I bought one as well, and I love it. This is just another bracelet that I had that broke, but that came from my trip to Central Australia back in high school. Skating, I love skating so much. Roller skates, they just make me happy. And again, that was only something that I got into last year, 2021. This is my middle page, this Daphne's Diary page, and I just love those vintage brooches. So pretty. Don't want to cover that page up at all. Last year I did a course, the Full Colour Life course with Sabrina Ward Harrison, and yeah, love getting back into art and painting. So good. And she wrote all our names, the participants of the course, she wrote our names, and she sent me the photo of my name, so I printed that out, and it is on my wall, and I love it. It's one of my precious possessions. My childhood home here, and my friends used to call it the mansion because it was such a big house, and it was on the corner of a road, and it was on Lockwood Road, so we just called it Lockwood Road. Yeah. And this is my favourite road, so this is the road this is Lockwood Road, but the trees would grow over the road, and you often see possums at night time crawling over the branches, and yeah, it was just a lovely road, my favourite road. And then, oh yeah, that was some blueprints of the house. My favourite nail polish colour that my auntie gave me back when I was a kid. My collection of rings, because I just love sparkles, and some wish list items. My wardrobe makeover, trying to wear more dresses and skirts. My ideal girly girl wardrobe. Again, love this page, don't want to cover that page. A beautiful gift from Amity Bloom. She sent me, excuse my stomach rumbling in the background, it's almost lunchtime. Just some memories from my parents, from things that remind me of them. My niece and nephews, some artwork from them. So cute. Artwork from my auntie and a letter that she sent me. This is my old address back when I lived at Lockwood Road. A letter from my grandma. And my memory box. When I was a kid, I had this memory box, and all these items meant something to me. So I've always been sentimental and always loved the stories that items tell. This is a photo of me back when my sister got married. I was maybe 12 years old. And a letter that my sister wrote to me when we played Mr. Squiggle back when I was a kid. Gymnastics. We're moving to... Okay, so we went from childhood right up to, like, this year. So I started gymnastics this term. That's another sort of dream of mine. Ballet and gymnastics were always my favourite. You know, flexibility, all of that was my favourite. Leg extensions, love it. The lines, so beautiful. So beam is my absolute favourite in gymnastics. I love beam so much. Tiaras, I've got my tiara collection. And a word that God gave me this year, your words are a lamp shining in a dark place. A bit of a hodgepodge of memories there. My new point shoes that I got this year. My ring here. My favourite ring that I literally just got for myself from eBay. But it's very symbolic for me. I love the emerald cut so much. Anyway, childhood again. We're going back to childhood. My favourite soft toy when I was a kid. I still have him. His name was Huggy. Well, his name is Huggy. And maybe this is why I love dogs and why my favourite colour is blue. Because look, everyone else had a soft toy teddy bear. Mine was a dog. And yeah, this I'll never part with. And a pink blanket was also my favourite thing. Dingoes. My favourite animal is the dingo. And this picture has moved with me from house to house to house to house to house. A bookmark that I wrote when I was a kid. I love reading. So do I. It is fun. It sure is. Oh, it is fun. Sure is. I like chapters. Don't you? Yeah. I had conversations with myself as a kid. I was very, very imaginative. But I discovered this as an adult, and I was like, oh, I don't even remember doing this. I know I did stuff like this, but I don't specifically remember doing this bookmark. But I love how it just captures a moment in time, how I love stamps, how I love reading, how I loved creating. And yeah, so that's a treasure to me. I still have that bookmark. Some other childhood photos, this baby photo with my sheepskin. That's another childhood heirloom. I don't have it anymore, but a reminder. This is an heirloom. I do have this one. This is a bookmark that my grade 3 teacher gave all of us in the class on our birthdays. Everyone would sign it, write their names, and I thought that was such a lovely touch. I think that's so beautiful. It really spoke to my sentimental heart, and I still have that bookmark. And then to end, I have some photo self-portraits of my hands doing what I love, writing, and my feet doing what I love, ballet and roller skating. Just in this pocket at the back, I put the spiel that Daphne does, because I love that spiel and it always inspires me to write my own. So that is my completed Daphne's Diary memory journal, and I hope that inspired you to maybe use your own Daphne's Diary journals, make your own Daphne's Diary journals. I've got plenty of tutorials showing how I make Daphne's Diary journals from start to finish. Over on my Patreon, I've got even more videos showing how I make Daphne's Diary journals. But yeah, really, really fun journal, and maybe you want to start your own memory journal, and yeah, love, love, love it. This will now go into my completed journals drawer, and I'm very happy to share with you that flip through. Hope you're all doing really well, and be sure to journal your life because your stories matter, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Thank you so much to my beautiful patrons who supported me in October and allowed me to create and share videos for another month. If you'd like to become a patron in November and support what I do here, that would be so, so appreciated. I'll leave the link below to my Patreon in the description box below, where you get access to extra videos, first preference for my journals, behind the scenes updates, and if you're a Ruby tier or high, you get every single digital kit from my Etsy plus an extra one every month, and there are also some mail tiers. You get something sent to you in the mail.